better is like when political commentators talking on top of each other. I'm talking with the political commentators, and then the chat is talking on top of me. That's my thing.
30 seconds ago, you said Marsha Blackburn didn't ask for the biological she asked.
Because I was in the middle of reacting. Alrighty, let's go. Come on. I meant to pause that before. What is up, everybody? It's notanewbie. Back again with another stream. Hold on, let me get the music playing now. This is gonna be a little bit more of a relaxed stream today. Because it is later. I'm in the new set up in the new studio, and from what I can gather, I think the walls are fairly thin. So I'm gonna try not to be too loud, and thankfully I have the compression up on the mic, so hopefully you guys will be able to hear me relatively well. Hope you all are enjoying the new studio. So far, I have a camera that I'm not 100% sure what to do with yet, but right now it's just like on the door, so we can have like a side-by-side view if anyone pops in, whatever. But yeah, it's a new season. We're doing this again. I started streaming a little bit more seriously. The first. Not the first week, but like, kind of like the middle of summer, and so now like I'm back at it again. I figured that like I'd give myself a little bit of time to take a break from streaming, kind of like figure out more of a routine for myself. I'm working out now, which is cool. But I've been like thinking of ways I can improve the stream, getting feedback and things. So now I've been using that, all of that to try and actually improve my stream. So hopefully my streams are better and a bit more enjoyable. I appreciate everyone who's been working on the clips channel, submitting in content. I have people I need to credit still for their content, so I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all credited. Also, I guess this season there'll be less TTS, because I find the TTS to be annoying sometimes. We got drag crypto up here, saying all kinds of like whack things in the chat and sending in emojis when we don't really need to have emojis. But it's good. We're gonna have like real legit top of the hour news, which is requiring a little bit of show prep, but it's mostly just headlines and things to get a good summary of like what's actually happening in the world, what's going on in news. A quick summary. We don't need to talk about it for like 30 minutes or whatever, but yeah. So I think without further ado, I think it'd be good to go ahead and dive right into the news, going into all of the headlines here. Also, I appreciate everyone. I'm literally just writing out the music. Alrighty, okay, so this is a new segment. I'm trying this out. We'll see how this goes. See if you guys enjoy this. But anyways, top of the stream, top of the hour news. We'll be running through some headlines today. We have a lot of headlines and things going on. We have this headline from Dexerto. There were 18 individuals arrested in a raid connected to Twitch money laundering in Turkey. The scandal was apparently carried out by small streamers who were using donations through Twitch bits to launder money. You can read that at Dexerto. Another story here from Dexerto. 2 men were charged with a League of Legends match fixing scheme related to China's LPL, their league. 2 Australian men were charged fixing Chinese League of Legends Pro League matches in 2021, and apparently it seems like they were at least a little bit successful. Emma Chamberlain has been put under fire for wearing stolen jewelry from Indian royalty at the Met Gala. The jewelry was allegedly famous for having been stolen from Indian government officials centuries ago. Also, Netflix has announced that live streaming will come back. Will come to their platform. Not come back to the platform. I'm not referring to Netflix Direct. That was an experiment that they did in France. This is something entirely different. They're going to be streaming specials and include live voting as some sort of interactive feature. I'm not sure what's going on there, but you can read more about that on Dexerto. Also, ex-Fortnite pro Ninja discovered an exploit in the most recent update of Fortnite that allows players to become invincible if they use something called the Collider POI. I don't know what that is, but you can read more about that on Dexerto. Also, this is from the LA Times. A racially motivated mass shooting occurred in California last week, and this was carried out by a Chinese man who hates Taiwanese people. LA Times has this story. Breitbart also has an article about this story. A new trailer for She-Hulk Attorney at Law has been released, showcasing the protagonist in both human and superhuman form, juggling personal life, professional life, and superhero life while hanging out with Bruce Banner. The series will debut on Disney Plus on August 17th. We also have this story here from the New York Times. Joe Biden has condemned the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, which was carried out by a self-described white supremacist and socialist, calling on citizens to take on the haters. That is in quotes. And lastly, Elon Musk has announced that he will vote for Republicans in the future. It is not clear if this will include local primary races or be limited to national elections. Now, we have all of these headlines, but let's see. None of those headlines can adequately overshadow the big story that everyone is clearly looking out for, to the point of, well, it being a included in the title of today's stream. It's preventing me from, looking at memes. I'm not looking at YTPs or memes today. But we have this really big story. We have some primaries going on today. Let's see here. Now I've been struggling. This like the reason why it took me 5 minutes to actually get going is because I was spending 5 minutes trying to find a good map for the different primaries, because apparently no one's having full midterm election results online, which is unfortunate. Let me check Real Clear Politics. I know that my dad was using that earlier. Let's see here. Hopefully Real Clear Politics will have what I'm looking for. I've also got the TTS running now, so if you guys want to throw stuff up in the chat, that will show up now. I hate not being able to use my louder voice, but that's just because this is a nighttime stream. In the future, I do plan on streaming hours earlier than this. So if you guys are also used to me streaming late at night, starting at 2, well, I'm sorry. That's just not gonna happen this summer. Anyway, let's see. So these are not results, actually. These here are just polls. Yeah, because I would like to see the results, not polls. Let's see. We have key results here, but I think it's probably a link to an article. Here we go. Okay, so we've got the May 17th primary page here. Now, one thing that I figured would be fun to do is to go through all of these, kind of break things down and look and see who won what, and then go through I think it's called on the issues for each candidate, to give you guys a clear understanding of where all these candidates are and where they stand, because I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with a lot of these candidates. I'm not even super familiar with a lot of these candidates. Alrighty. Hold on, I gotta drink the water. Drink for the day. Alrighty. So let's get into it. So we have here Now, this one is the most interesting, fascinating, and contested by far race. I was seeing from Breitbart earlier today that this might actually go to a recount if it stays this close. Here we have Dr. Oz actually ahead. Everything that I was reading before I went live said that Oz was actually behind by 0.1%. But then I had to go digging in for like more news things for the top of the hour news segment. But here we have Dr. Oz actually ahead. And I was watching a stream by Empire. I think who was it? Empire State Politics, who was doing a fantastic stream. And actually, I think the only independent streamer on YouTube who was covering the race when I was watching. And I was in his chat and I was saying, I think that Dr. Oz is going to win this race. He was behind like 0.5 as I was ending my workout today, which was fantastic, by the way. And then I was playing NCAA football 12 with my dad, and Oz crept up to being behind by like 0.2. And then as the game ended, he was behind 0.1. I do the show prep for the stream. I come back, I go live, and I'm checking this here, and Dr. Oz is actually ahead by 0.1%. Less than 2,000 votes, but still impressive that he's been consistently climbing as more and more of these votes come in. I do think it is strange, if you look around, it's looking like a lot of these races have been called, but this Pennsylvania race here has not been called yet. I do find that interesting. I don't know if anyone even expected it to be this close. I've heard that this again was coming from when I was hearing from Empire State. What was it they called? Empire State Politics. Yeah, Empire State Politics. That Barnett, apparently the media was hyping her up. I saw the media hyping her up, but apparently she like severely underperformed. It's seeming like a good conclusion of analysis that I've seen is that a lot of Barnett voters decided not to vote for Barnett, but instead vote for McCormick, and that's what's made this race so tight, because Dr. Oz was he was endorsed by Trump, so everyone's expecting him to win, and then Barnett was kind of hyped up. But I think that probably a lot of people who were like supporters of Barnett just didn't want Oz to win, and they got spooked and voted for McCormick. If you look at Barnett and McCormick, we see something very similar to the like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio versus Donald Trump phenomenon, where if you combine them both, they are really 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 overpowering their opponent. If you add up McCormick and Barnett, that gives you like 55% of the vote, easily defeating Oz. So kind of wondering if having so many people running was just a bad idea, especially since I don't know how difficult all these candidates are. You got like 5 candidates. How different can they all be from each other? Like, I'm just saying. Now we have the Pennsylvania GOP governor race that has been called for Mastriano, who's won that race with 54% of the vote. So she won that fairly easily. Now we have the Pennsylvania Democratic Senate race. That one was won by Fetterman with 59% of votes. We have in North Carolina another race that's called GOP Senate race with 98% reporting. We have 58.6% of the votes going to Mr. Bud. Mr. Bud? Mrs. Bud? I don't know. To this Bud dude. I don't know. Dude is gender neutral, I think. Yeah. I think it. Alrighty, now moving down to North Carolina, and we have a Democratic Senate race with 81% of the vote going to Beasley. He must be incumbent or something. But 81%, that I feel like that's kind of high though, to be honest. Very interesting. Now we have another race here. They're 99% in. You have Edwards squeaking by Cawthorn, which is incredible. Cawthorn was the incumbent, I think. And you usually don't see incumbents lose, like, period, in primaries. I find this fascinating, and I wonder if the story about him, like, you know, hanging out and partying with the dudes and wearing, like, women's dress actually did end up hurting him. Because, you know, I was talking with some friends and predicting that Cawthorn would not have been hurt by the scandal, that they would have been fine with it. But I suppose not. Or maybe there's some other things at play here. That the scandal did not really, like, do much in the end. But whatever the case, Cawthorn ended up losing that race, which is, like, really, really shocking. And actually is, you know, other than the Dr. Oz thing, I think that Cawthorn losing actually, like, might be the biggest story to come out of all of this. I find that very, very interesting. Now, with 95% in, but for some reason is not called, we have a GOP District 5 race in Pennsylvania. And we have Scheller versus Delicker. Delicker? I think it's Delicker. I find this interesting. We have, you know, around 2% spread between them, and I'm not sure why this hasn't been called yet. This is the sort of thing where I would assume that, you know, Scheller's, you know, that Scheller's got it, but I don't know. I'm very confused. I'm fairly shocked by that, to be honest. We have a district Democratic, a District 10 race in Pennsylvania for the Democrat side. This similarly has not been called with 81% of the vote in. This is Copeland versus Daniels. Sorry if I'm saying all these names wrong. I don't know. I don't know these people. I just don't. But we have 53% of the vote going to Copeland here. It looks like Daniels has, you know, a big gap to fill if he wants to try and win this race. Now we have another really close race here. The spread is literally 0.4. With 93% in. This is the Pennsylvania Democratic District 12 race between Lee and Irwin. I don't know who these people are, but this is actually nearly as tight as this one it looks like. You know, honestly, actually, looking at the amount of votes, you know, that spread there is like less than 2,000 votes. This spread here is less than 400. So the Pennsylvania Democratic District 12 race is actually tighter than the GOP Senate race. But I don't really hear many people talking about that. I guess the implications aren't as big because this is really sort of a referendum on Trump, I suppose, because Oz was endorsed by Trump. And, you know, this race, not so much, I suppose. I don't think either of these candidates were endorsed by Trump. I don't think that Trump, you know, gave out an endorsement for any of the Democratic candidates in District 12 in Pennsylvania. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say, you know, I don't think that's the case. Now, we have a little victory here in Idaho, as a little won by a little bit more than a little, as he got 58% of the vote. I'm sorry, terrible jokes. Very, very. What the heck happened to my page? Terrible jokes. I don't know how they're calling this with 51% of the vote in, but I mean, I guess, yeah, they had a little premonition on who would win. Kind of figured it out. Good for them that they figured it out this quickly, I suppose. Now in GOP District 2, we also have a race that was called fairly early. Simpson beating Smith here, with 57% of the vote. We also have McLeod Skinner, who is currently winning with 44% of the vote in the Oregon Democratic District 5, but that race is yet to be called. Also got an Oregon GOP governor race, 71% of the vote in. with a Drazen, who, you know, has, you know, 25% of the vote, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this does put him almost 5% above, you know, the person who's in second, who's Tiernan. And 72% of the votes are in that race. 72% of the votes are also in the Democratic governor's race, but that race has been called for Mr. Kotek. Mr. Mrs. I don't know, but Kotek fan dude person has won that race. has won that race. So that's what we have here. So out of all of these races, the ones that have yet to be called are the Pennsylvania GOP Senate race, the GOP District 7 race, the Pennsylvania Democratic District 10 race, the Pennsylvania Democratic District 12 race, the Oregon Democratic District 5 race, and the Oregon GOP governor's race. A lot of these votes, a lot of these races seem to have a majority votes in, except for the Oregon Democratic District 5 race. You know, while the Oregon GOP governor's race does have like only 72% of the vote in, it does have a majority of the vote in already. But a lot of these, you know, races just seem to be tight. Looking at this Pennsylvania GOP race, we have Oz and McCormick neck and neck, as they have been all night. We also see this incredibly tight race that I'm really confused as to why people aren't talking about it, is the Pennsylvania Democratic District 12 race. You know, where it's down to hundreds of votes. It's a very, very, very close call. But yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, you know, combining with the fact that it's fairly late, combining with the fact that a lot of these people, you know, they're not going to be counting votes right now. You know, things have just been getting slower and slower as the night has continued. As far as like getting the votes counted in and whatnot, I think, and also the fact that I'm like tired, I think I'm gonna call it a day for the stream tonight. I know it's been a really, really, really short stream, but I think that I was able to kind of cover the things that I wanted to do, kind of like intro and talk about, you know, what this new season, I suppose, of Not a Newbie streams is going to be like. And yeah, I think as far as like how late it is, how slow these votes are coming in, I think I've done all that I can do. I will do more coverage of the election tomorrow, because by tomorrow I'm assuming we'll have more votes in. If I check through and see that a lot of these races have been called, you know, during the day, then, you know, during the day I may do a stream and talk about the results that'll come out. Otherwise, I'll just like probably just try and do a stream at night if I have the time, because you know, I do want to go back to doing nighttime streams. Just not gonna do them at like 1-2 in the morning, as I guess right now. But you know, there'll be more like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock streams. So you know, if you're used to watching me in my like in my normal time slot, I know a lot of viewers I was able to get because I was streaming in English, when a lot of people weren't streaming in English, and a lot of people were just like overseas looking for streams and stumbled upon me. Unfortunately, that same thing is not going to be happening. But you know, it is what it is. I'm still looking forward to this new season, and we're all still going to have fun. And I really would like to know what you guys think of this trailer that I made. And yeah, I did make this actually. Well, let me pull this up here. Yeah, I posted this to the Clips channel today. It's just a promo for the new season. What I like better is like when political commentators are talking on top of each other. I'm talking with the political commentators, and then the chat is talking on top. That's my thing. Because the big goal with this is I wanted to like try and like capture the essence of what my streams are like. So I wanted to try and capture like the essence of what my streams are like, which is why I included Minecraft gameplay, because I'm gonna be going back and doing some more Minecraft gameplay during my streams. Covering the news. I have like this clips from me covering the debate that David Pakman had with Michael Knowles on the Michael Knowles show, because I react to like news and politics and things like that. Some Assault Cube footage, because I really like Assault Cube and I want to get back into that over this break. There's nice little things. I don't know if you guys like caught all the things that were like in here. Featuring like drama. I talk about like dramas going on like the Minecraft stuff, and I do plan on incorporating more like sort of like pop culture headlines, as you saw in the top of the hour thing. Talking about more pop culture news and stuff. Memes. I react to memes and YTPs usually. No YTP reacts today, but I do tend to react to YTPs a lot. God. I talk about religion. I try to like throw in some things about God and my faith in my streams where appropriate. News. I really like covering the news, and you'll see me covering more news as more newsy things happen. And there's another thing here. Yeah. This is not like a meme, but this is just like a video. I was reacting to a video. This is actually a clip that I made today. That is going to go live eventually, sometime this month, I think. Where actually HBO and Mr. Beast took down my stream. But that's a story that you'll hear when I post the clip. So yeah, not a secret. You guys can go watch the VOD if you want. But anyways, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting tired. A long night, I'm sure, even for anyone who's watching this live, who's looking for coverage of the race, of all the races going on. Dr. Oz, again, if you guys are just tuning in for some reason at the end, we have a couple really, really close races that are too close to call right now. We have a few other races that haven't been called yet, and I have no idea why. But the big ones to look out for, if you guys are watching this late at night, if you guys are watching this live, is the Pennsylvania GOP Senate race between Dr. Oz and Mr. McCormick. There's, currently actually now less than 1,000 votes in between the two. I think this is the first time I've actually seen McCormick gaining on Dr. Oz. We were literally just in the stream looking at this, and this was like not the case. So maybe McCormick will pull through. I think that Dr. Oz will win still, but we'll have to wait and see. It's really been seesawing now, I guess. So it really is up in the air. And again, we have the other race, which is the Democratic District 12 race in Pennsylvania, which is down to a less than just over 400 votes is the margin there. So those two races are like the ones that are really toss-ups, and they're really close. It'd be so interesting and fascinating to see what happens there. But anyways, I'm notanewbie. I have been your host for the night. I guess at least this like 30-minute sliver of the night, I suppose. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is just a taste of what this new season is gonna be like. I don't know why I'm being so dramatic. Maybe it's the music, but I'm excited to go into. I may not seem excited because I'm tired right now, but I am excited about the new season, the new year of streaming live on YouTube. I've been enjoying the past year. I'm looking forward to the next one. Streaming wherever I can, and I hope that each stream gets better and better and better. I'm looking forward to the feedback, what you guys think of the new season so far. If Drag Crypto cries because I ended up banning him from chat or whatever, or I don't even know. Like, tell him, oh well. He is the reason why I'm not gonna have TDS on as much. I'm being honest. Like, literally. Also, he's kind of a creep. I really need to just end this stream, to be honest. right, everybody. Thanks for watching the stream. I really appreciate all you guys being here. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate every one of you guys.